Yeah, saw Joey Badass for the fifth time in concert, but this was my first time seeing him as a solo headliner on tour. I saw him at Beast Coast, where he was one of the headliners, and then I saw him at the Meadows, and I saw him open up for Wiz Khalifa and ASAP Rocky way back in 2013. And of course, I also saw him open up for Logic in 2017. So this is my first time actually seeing him as the solo headliner, which I think was kind of cool to experience, just because ultimately, 90-minute show, 25 plus songs, really great if you're a Joey Badass fan. You get to hear a lot of those tracks. Also, because famously, the 1999-2000 tour from Joey Badass, uh, Joey Badass's long anticipated third solo album, 2000, is not yet released. It was supposed to come out back June 24th, whenever that was?
Yeah, when Drake dropped.
Right, and then now it's coming out July 22nd. He made a joke about it on stage that he did not push it back because of Drake. He would not have done that. He had, of course, alluded to sample clearance issues online earlier. So, in a sense, it's a bit of I guess, the last set list of its kind, or soon to be, on tour still. So other people will experience this too, but it was kind of cool to see, the last, you know, Joey's first 10 years of his career set list. It's also funny to think that 27 years old, and he's already been in the game 10 years. His 1999 mixtape, the debut, is from 2012. Dudes have been at it a long time, started at such a young age. And, I think he kind of talked about this too, kind of him coming back to music after basically being off the grid musically for some time, and to be able to sell out this tour and have all these fans made him feel really good. And I think there's a lot to that, he's more well known right now for being on Power and Mr. Robot and the star of the Oscar-winning live-action short film. He's not been rapping too much apart solo-wise. Apart from the Beast Coast stuff a few years ago. So to hear him jump back into this as we were getting this album rollout was really fun. And I also was kind of struck seeing the show, seeing how many younger fans he has. Like I said, 10-year plus career. There were people there that were underage. You can tell by the X's on their hands. It's like, wow, you guys were dumb young when Joey Badass' career started, but you still are, you discovered the music. And I think that's really cool to see for someone who's never been on a major label, and he came up making very traditional hip hop, traditionalist, old school music, and just kind of see him break through um, generationally in such a way, I think is really awesome and speaks well to, I think, his future. But he's a great performer. He has just tons of bangers, and people were very excited. I think the way this tour is set up, 1999-2000 tour, he does it kind of like a chronological progression through all of his projects to this point. So he started with all these 1999 tracks. Then he went to his Summer Nights mixtape. Then he went to his debut album, Before the Money. Then All American Badass. Then Beast Coast album. And then the single's already out for 2000. Really cool idea to kind of set it up that way. And just kind of hear the evolution of Joey, right? Someone who's traditional boom bap rapper and is now not that. Of course, his closing song, his biggest song, is Devastated, which is anything but dusty ass rap. So I think that was also kind of cool, just to go back through 1999 and hear Hard Knock and hear Waves and Righteous Minds. And of course, his biggest song off that, Survival Tactics, was the first probably big pop of the show, where everyone got really hyped. The Capital Steez line, "Tell the bass god don't quit his day job," still had a really good response in the crowd, which was really fun to be with. Paper Trails, off Before the Money, did really big too. Christ Conscious was huge. When he did Rockabye Baby from All American Badass, the line, "If you got the guts, say fuck Donald Trump," another one, big response. But I was kind of struck too. The Joey Badass feature on the XXXTentacion album, he played that, and those young kids fucking love that song, man.
Oh yeah,
I guess that's to be expected, how popular X is with younger people. But they ate that shit up. And actually, in the process of me seeing the first stop of this tour, I got to see Joey perform his new single "Where I Belong," his first performance of that song because
Wow.
it just came out that day,
Did
and
it hit?
it did hit. Yeah, that's a good song. I like that one. He played the highs and the lows, a new song with Chance. Played his feature on the West Side Gun song 327. I'd imagine some of these songs are probably going to get cut from the set list as more 2000 songs present themselves. The one Beast Coast song he did was Distance. People started moshing for that. But I think the ending's really tight. He did a Temptation, Love Is Only a Feeling, and then Devastated. And that was just, I think those songs kind of have like a more like a happier uh, vibe to them at
Mhm.
the end, and it's kind of fun to bounce around to those songs after hearing like the rapping ass rap songs earlier in the set. So overall, really fun time. Powers Pleasant was there as the tour DJ. He had bass guitar up there. He had keys up there. But yeah, I mean, he's kind of ripped through it, man. 90 minutes, 26 or so songs. Great time.
Sounds like you just absolutely killed it. Was there like a song that for you you were hoping to hear that either didn't hit as well or maybe didn't
Hmm.
he didn't play?
That's a good question. Honestly, I wish he would have saved Survival Tactics for later in the night and in the show because I mean, people love that song. People really like the energy level increased when that was like song 3. But I feel like if that was like song 23, it would have been
Mhm.
even more hype because people would have already moshed at that point. So I get though, he's doing the chronological thing. I'm trying to think. Paper Trails went big. Christ Conscience went big. Um, hmm. I wish you would have let Distance play all the way. I wish you would have let Issa Gold's verse from the Underachievers go too,
Mm,
and maybe Eric from Flatbush Zombies. But that's such a fun song, and honestly, the Joey part's like very quick, very fast in the beginning of that song. I would have loved to hear more of that because everyone was fucking pushing into each other and like bouncing around, and then the song ends.
yeah,
But yeah, I don't know. Honestly, everything hit really good. I think because a lot of these songs, most of this music is 5 years old or more. Joey knows like he's done these songs so many times. He knows which of these songs he can play and
yeah.
what to expect. So it was very finely tuned, and I'd be very curious to see what that set list looks like in a month's time, or 3 weeks time when 2000 is out, and there's more songs that Joey is going to play. So that's something to watch.
Awesome. Well, Joey Badass continues to just be a delight. I think he's just like a pros rapper at this point. He knows what he's doing. So glad you got to see him in concert. Do you have any others coming up soon?
Nothing on the calendar, but I'm keeping my eye on a last minute purchase for Lady Gaga at Fenway Park, Chromatical Ball. Very expensive. We're going to see
Right.
how that keeps it hanging, when we get closer to the show date. So we'll see.
I hope you can get tickets. That'd be incredible. Yeah. Well, we talked about all the concerts we see.